And Tammy, I'm so glad that you used that word Stalinist there, because I think that, it gets to the heart of a mentality. We may not have gulags in the United States, but we do have a nomenclatura and everybody else. And they do seem to be doing that. We see Silicon Valley Bank gets treated one way, East Palestine, Ohio gets treated another way, Trump gets treated one way, and the Bidens a different way, because we have now surrounding news that there was findings that millions of dollars been spent by Chinese companies going potentially to a bunch of different people in the Biden family. And yet this is much more serious than any sort of misdemeanor around a hush money payment to an ex-mistress or something like that. Yet there's comparatively little attention. Walk us through that.
Yeah, that's what's fascinating. And unfortunately, in today's day and age, if the legacy media doesn't cover it, that you can still find this information. You can still get the reports. Before, of course, if it was just Walter Cronkite and the three broadcast networks, they were able to affect reality based on what they did not cover. And that's what the American people see here as well. And we don't like it, right? We want fairness. If somebody's doing something wrong, whether it's Trump or the Bidens, cover it. Let's have that conversation. But these are amounts of money and relationships with foreign governments and foreign companies of nations that are not our friend, like China, where it begins to bring up the issue of bribery, of influence, of what kinds of decisions would President Biden be making based on the kind of money that allegedly was flowing into his family. On many occasions, he denies that some of these things ever happened. But now these accusations are based on data and emails and, not, just guesswork. And they still deny it. They rely on the media not covering it. But of course, that continues to change. There is more scrutiny, I think.
Well, there is more scrutiny, but there's also that massive effort to shape what people can see and say in the social media space. But let's also talk about the legacy media in the White House briefing room. Look at what happened when Karine Jean-Pierre was asked directly about these payments to the Biden family. Have a look at this.
House Oversight says they've got bank records showing a Chinese energy company paying 3 Biden family members through a third party. What were they paid for?
Look, I'm just not going to respond to that from here. Look, we have heard from House Republicans for years and years and years how the inaccuracies and lies when it comes to this issue. And I don't even know where to begin to even answer that question, because again, it's been lies and lies and inaccuracy for the past couple of years.
Tammy, this is straight out of the Ministry of Truth, isn't it?
It is, and it's unfortunate that that young woman's in that position. They should have had somebody from the start who could handle what was clearly a problematic presidency and a problematic president, but they didn't. So she's the face of this, but she slipped up there a little bit, I have to say, where that she admitted that we've been hearing about this for years. And now this is, again, it's not rumor or gossip or anything like that, that these are details and emails and facts that about money going to particular people. And we have to admit, though, they've gotten away with not having to deal with this forever. And I think that they're a little confused at this point about why they can't continue to push it back. So the American media has not done a very good job. Obviously, Fox News continues to inform everyone. And then there's the internet. And, the other issue is we saw the effort to quash information during the laptop scandal with the New York Post and Twitter and the FBI's involvement in that. So this has been a whole of government operation, if you will, with law enforcement trying to keep information away from the American people. And that has broken up a little bit. And that's, I think, what is stunning them.
I think that's exactly right. Tammy Bruce, love your insights. As always, thank you so much for joining us.